All right, in this video, I'm going to go over some word problems, but I'm going to solve each one by using an equation because sometimes in the directions it will specifically say, I want you to solve this problem by setting up and solving an equation. So make sure when the directions say that you are setting up and solving an equation for your solution. So I'm going to do a couple questions by doing just that. Two consecutive even integers have a sum of 134. What is the larger of the two integers? So when they say consecutive even integers, they mean they're even integers, so they're divisible by 2, and they're right after one another in order. So for example, 4 and 6, those are even, and they come right after one another in order. So let's see, what you would do here is you always let x equal the smaller even integer. Then to get to the next even integer, you don't want to add 1 because that would get you to the odd integer. You want to add 2 because even numbers skip count by 2. That will be the larger even integer. And I know they have a sum of 134, which means if I take the smaller, x, and I take the larger, x plus 2, and I add them together, they are going to equal 134. All right, now I'm going to combine like terms. X plus x is 2x plus 2 equals 134. Subtract 2 from both sides. 2x equals 132. Divide by 2. X equals 66. Now don't just write that number on the answer line. Let's go up here and think about what we just solved for. We just solved for x, which is the smaller even integer. So I'm going to write 66 right here. But they want the larger integer. So I need to do 66 plus 2, and I get 68. And before I write that down, I'm just going to quickly add them together as a check because I know their sum should be 134, and it is. So the larger even integer is 68. See how x equals 66, but that wasn't my answer? Make sure you are paying attention to which of the two integers they're asking for. Next, Raina hired gardeners to plant flowers around her rectangular backyard. Around. That sounds like a perimeter problem. The length of her backyard is 4 times as long as the width. The perimeter, there it is. The perimeter of her backyard is 80 feet. Find the dimensions in the area of Raina's backyard. So what are we building off here? The length of the backyard is 4 times as long as the width. We're building off of the width. So I'm going to let x equal the width. And if the length of her backyard is 4 times the width, I'm going to say 4x equals the length. And if you're finding the perimeter, make sure you're adding all 4 sides. So I have 2 widths, and I have 2 lengths, and the total perimeter is 80 feet. So this is really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10x equals 80. Divide by 10. X equals 8. So let's think about what I just solved for. I solved for x. X is the width. So I figured out that's 8. 4 times 8 is 32. There's my length. Now before I write down my answers, let me see if this makes sense. Would 8 plus 8 plus 32 plus 32 give me 80? Yes, it would, because 8 plus 32 is 40. 8 plus 32 is 40. 40 plus 40 is 80. So I know it checks out. So the width of her backyard is 8 feet. The length of her backyard is 32 feet. The only thing left to find is the area. And the area of a rectangle is length times width. So I would just do 32 times 8. And I would get 256 square feet. All right, last one. Sydney is 1 year younger than twice Maddie's age. The sum of Sydney and Maddie's ages is 17. How old are Sydney and Maddie? All right, so who am I building off of? Sydney is 1 year younger than twice Maddie's age. So we are building off of Maddie's age. So I'm going to let x equal Maddie's age. And Sydney is 1 year younger than twice that. 1 year younger than twice Maddie's age. So I want twice Maddie's age, but I want 1 year younger than that. And that's going to be Sydney's age. And for the equation, I know the sum of those two girls' ages is 17. So I'm going to take Maddie's age, and I'm going to add Sydney's age, and the sum will be 17. And now I can start solving. So I have 3x minus 1 equals 17, plus 1 plus 1. 3x equals 18, divided by 3, x equals 6. So what did I just solve for? Maddie's age. To solve for Sydney's age, I'm going to need to do 2x minus 1. I know x is 6, so that's 2 times 6 minus 1, which is 12 minus 1, which is 11. Let me check. Is the sum of their ages 17? 6 plus 11 is 17. So it checks out. Maddie is 6 and Sydney is 11. All right, I hope this was helpful. Please see me if you have any questions.